Hi guys! So today I'm here with my friend Sarah. Sarah works as a fashion photographer, don't you?
Yes.
So today we thought we'd share with you how Sarah got her job in the fashion industry and her route into it as part of my How I Got Your Job series, which you can watch the previous ones below. I'll put a link to the playlist there. So could you tell us a little bit about what your job entails?
Okay, so basically my job is to photograph all the garments that come in.
Yeah, in e-com, don't you? You work in
Yeah,
e-com.
in e-commerce. So it's basically photographing all the clothes for like the new seasons for the catalogues and online. And then we also do like editorials, so they're like spreads online.
Okay.
So if you go on the Next website and you come across like an editorial and then you just flick through them, so it's like pages of a magazine or catalogue.
Yeah, that's fun. And when you say, oh, I take pictures for that, it sounds quite easy, doesn't it? Like when you say, oh, I take pictures of bags and shoes, and it's so hard. I remember you telling me how you had to take a shot of a bag and it was so complex, like getting all the straps in. How did you learn how to do that? Did you learn it all on the job? Did you get all the tips and tricks on?
Yeah, well, you learn it from the job. So I used to work at Kurt Geiger, so that's when it was more complicated doing bags and things and shoes because you're on your own doing it. So being at Next, you have a stylist. Every photographer has a stylist. So the stylist knows how everything's meant to be styled. You get put on different stations, so there's magnetic board, there's mannequin, there's flat, tabletop as well. So
that's really cool.
Yeah, there's all different stations. So then every day you come in and you'll get your allocation for the day. So say like you're on mannequin, you'll get 20 items to style, and then you'll have to set up all the lights and everything like that. So sometimes we'll have magnetic board set up and we'll have to take it all down and put up mannequin. So that will take like half an hour.
Oh gosh, bless you. Busy.
Yeah. But it's quite good having the stylist because obviously you can focus on your job and they can focus on getting the garment right. So yeah, it's quite a good working team having stylist and photographer together.
That's really cool. And how did you get into that kind of role? You obviously studied photography at university, didn't you?
Yeah, so I did press and editorial photography at Falmouth University and I wanted to go into fashion, but just before I'd handed in my final project for uni, I applied for Kurt Geiger because I just saw an opening and it was in my hometown, so I applied for it and just managed to get it. Yeah, so then I was there for nearly 2 years and then I decided that I wanted to move on and then Next had an opening and then I just managed to get it there.
Assisted people and you interned, didn't you, whilst you were at university?
I did 2 internships. So I interned at More Magazine just to see the photography side, and then I interned at Rex Features, which was a photo agency. So they were both completely different things.
Give you a nice rounded view of...
so it's just nice to work in different areas of photography just to gain the experience, and then you can go into what you want, and as long as you've got that experience there and you've interned and stuff, then you should be able to get somewhere.
Definitely. And so what does a typical day look like for you?
Typical day, so I'd get into work and then in coordination, that's where they compile all the garments together and put them into groupings for what setup they're needed. So you get your allocation and your shoot station number, and then your stylist will steam the clothes, or if it's shoes they'll get like stuffed and prepped, all that kind of stuff. So then we'll see what the shoot station set up like, and if it's the wrong setup then we'll dismantle it all, set up the lights, and then the garments will go on and we'll take front, back, side detail depending on what kind of clothes we get. Then we'll just go through them for the rest of the day.
That's cool. So what's been the most memorable project that you've worked on? Or been
myself?
involved with, like either yourself or through work?
Okay, so my most memorable project is definitely my final year project at university. I
decided
that I wanted to make a magazine from scratch. So
she doesn't make it easy for herself.
So it was great because I got to work with like graphic designers like yourself. Well, you're not a graphic designer, but a fashion writer. So it was really good because I got to compile everyone basically that I wanted for the magazine, which was great because I got to work with loads of people.
Yeah, you had such a variety.
And I got to go to loads of fashion events. So I got to go to London Fashion Week. When Company Magazine was around, they did a how to get into the industry event. So I went to that.
And
they
did such good events, didn't they?
I know.
R.I.P. Company.
Yeah, I miss Company Magazine.
You brought it along. Here's her. This is what I made earlier.
It's Red Magazine. So yeah, I'll just do a little...
It's really gorgeous.
Flick through.
So pretty. Sarah's photography's gorge.
This is my work here. But I did get work from other photographers who were happy to
be
give me their
commissioned.
work. Yes. So this is just the back bit, but it was basically blog inspired. And then there's interviews with models as well.
She's so gorgeous.
Jenna Goldsup.
Behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes. And then lovely Joanna Halpin, who's now everywhere.
Yes.
So there's some more photography work. But yeah.
Well done.
Thanks. That's definitely my most memorable project.
Could see why. It was such a labour of love, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember you being like, I've got this section done, but I've still got this to go. Bless you.
Yeah. So hard work, but it was definitely worth it.
And so what would you say is the most exciting aspect of your job now you've got your dream job?
Probably seeing all the new clothes, of course, before they come out. So having a cheeky preview of them. And watching the editorials, definitely, because they can take days sometimes. So watching like the other photographers and stylists working out how they're going to do this shoot, and then it being on such a small scale when you see it, and then a few weeks later it'll be in the stores, or it'll be in the magazine, or it'll be online, and it's just crazy. It's like, I was there,
you were there when that idea was conceived. That's so cool. So what's the best piece of advice that you've been given?
To find out what you're best at and then get someone to pay you for it.
That's a really good one. I like that.
Thanks.
It's a good one. You're obviously doing it.
Yeah.
Because also as well, we haven't mentioned this, you work as well separate to your ecom as a wedding photographer and family photography, which is really exciting. It obviously gives you another creative outlet as well. How did you get involved in that aspect of it all?
So I had someone approach me to help with a wedding, another photographer, so I assisted on that, and then I decided that I really enjoyed it because at university I really enjoyed doing the documentary side of the course. And it's great because weddings, you've got the documentary side and then you've also got like the fashion styled side. So I really enjoy merging those two together.
I suppose you get so involved in their day and you get to really capture such a beautiful moment in memory.
Yeah, I mean, it's so important when you think about it. I mean, there's a lot of pressure in wedding photography in like, what if my images get corrupted because you just ruin the couple's day.
You wouldn't want to bend the SD card.
No. But it is rewarding.
What kind of advice would you give to someone, like say watching, who would love to be a fashion photographer but isn't really sure how to go about it and what kind of things they need to know?
Well, a lot of photographers are self-taught, but obviously I went to uni and I felt that really benefited me because it gets you to think a lot more about what you're doing and why you're doing it, and also like the technical aspects of it, working the camera and the lights and the editing. But I had a lot of fashion magazines and I would just literally tear the pages out and stick them all over my wall, so I used to get inspiration from that, and then I'd just find an amateur model when I was at college and I'd just go around photographing them. And I guess like the more shoots you do and the more research you do, the better your pictures will be in terms of like the creative aspect of them. And then you'll also find out what kind of style you want to work in, because I mean fashion photography is quite broad and there are loads of ways to photograph it. Like I prefer documentary style for fashion photography, so like taking a model out on location and not necessarily making them pose but just waiting for them to just do something, whether they're talking or just like moving their head, and usually them shots for me are the best shots. So I prefer the documentary style, but other people might prefer editorial or more like portraiture. There's loads of different categories within fashion photography.
Just got to find the one you want to do.
Yeah.
Oh, well thank you so much for coming along and being on my video. We really hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope you enjoyed getting to meet Sarah, and I'll see you soon for another video. So I'm heading off to LA just after Fashion Week and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to film some how I got my job videos with my friends over there because I thought it'd be quite interesting to make it more international. Make sure you subscribe to my channel to know as soon as they've gone up, and comment below to let us know if there's any other careers you'd like me to try and get some more information about, and I will see you soon. Bye!
Bye.